Hello students, welcome to the video tutorial of Informatics Practices for class 12. Today we'll be discussing about the third part of the chapter, Societal Impacts. In the previous video tutorials, we have already discussed that what are the different types of licenses which are being used in a particular software, okay, how we can give authorization to the softwares, how can we protect our particular data of the users, okay. Also, we've discussed about the various intellectual property rights and all these things which have been already covered in this chapter, okay. So today we'll be discussing about the various types of cyber crimes which occur in our digital society, okay. So here, first of all, let's have an introduction about the cybercrime. So what is a cybercrime? Cybercrime is any criminal offense that is facilitated by or involves the use of electronic communications or information systems, including any electronic device, computer, or the internet. So, so the cybercrime can be committed by using these types of electronic communications, okay, or by the electronic devices. You can say the computer or the mobile phones or the internet, okay. The term cybercrime is a general term that covers crimes like the phishing, credit card frauds, illegal downloading, industrial espionage, and child pornography, and all these topics, okay. So we will discuss about all these topics in details, okay. So the definition is clear that any criminal offense that is facilitated by or involves the use of electronic communications or information systems, including any electronic device, computer, or the internet, is referred to as a cybercrime. Okay. So let's discuss about the first cybercrime, that is the hacking. Okay. So generally, whenever we talk about any cybercrime, the first thing which goes into our mind is about hacking. Okay. So what is actually hacking? Actually, hacking refers to a gaining unauthorized access. Okay. Here you can see the definition that hacking refers to a gaining of unauthorized access to a network or computer or digital files with an intention to steal or manipulate data or information to install malware. Okay, so without the consent of the original owner of that particular system, if someone is trying to get into the particular system, is trying to intrude into that system, and he is getting access to some certain you can say private files, so that is an act of hacking. Okay, so what can be the intention behind it? The intention could be stealing of the information and selling it to someone else, okay, or to get the private information about someone for their own personal profit needs, okay, and they can do it by installing some certain sets of malware or softwares inside your system, and they can have a look over the activities which you are performing regularly on your systems, okay. So all these things comes under this hacking, okay. So here it is mentioned that one should be careful while working online, as there are many ways through which thieves can obtain your personal information. So one such way of doing it is hacking. So hacking a computer means gaining unlawful entry in it. Okay, unlawful means it is not allowed, it is not legal. Okay, you are getting access of that computer or the computer of that particular owner without his consent. Okay, so it is not legal. You are getting it illegal entry inside a system. Okay, so that is a kind act of hacking. Okay, so a hacker is someone who gains unauthorized access. So the person who is performing this hacking is known as the hacker. Okay. So hackers exploit your computer network security and employ techniques like spoofing, phishing, social engineering, etc. to capture users' personal and financial details. Okay. So what they will be doing, they can be performing these type of techniques, that is the spoofing, phishing, and all. So by these acts, they are trying to hack into your systems. Okay. So now let's discuss about what these terms refer to. So let's discuss about the spoofing first. So spoofing is basically referring to a fraudulent or malicious practice in which communication is sent from an unknown source disguised as trusted source known to the receiver. Okay, so they are trying to disguise it. Okay, actually they are not a trusted source, but they are disguising themselves as a trusted source. Okay, and they are sending you the information, the fraud information. Okay, and in that kind of information sending, you are actually thinking that it is coming from a genuine source or a trusted source. Okay, so they are trying to create a spoof in your mind. Okay, so in a spoofing attack, a hacker or malicious individual impersonates another user or device or a network, duping users or systems into believing they are legitimate or authentic. Okay, so this is called as spoofing. So in this, the original source is being disguised. Okay, The person who is sending you the information is disguising himself to be a legitimate source, okay, and you as a person is thinking that he is a legitimate source and you are getting access to their systems, okay. So in that case he is trying to spoof into your system, getting it? So that is a spoofing attack. Next is the phishing. So phishing is the practice of attempting to acquire sensitive information from individuals over the internet by means of deception, okay. So deception means what? They are trying to cheat you in some certain set of ways. So what are that ways? See, information typically targeted by phishing schemes includes passwords, usernames, bank account information, and social security numbers. Okay. So the term phishing is a play on phishing. Hackers use various forms of bait in order to catch a victim. So they will be offering you certain set of baits. Okay, baits, you can understand that they will be giving you some type of you can say greedy messages or something like that, and you are just falling into their traps by seeing that certain set of offers, okay, and by that bait they are trying to cheat you. They are trying to get the certain set of informations, that is private information from of you, that is the password or the username or the bank account information. And once they are getting access to these information, they can easily get access to your all bank details and all, getting it? So it is a criminally fraudulent process of attempting to acquire sensitive information such as the username, password, credit card information, account data, etc. So in phishing, an imposter uses an authentic looking email or website to trick recipient into giving out sensitive personal information. So they may send you some certain set of mails and all. By seeing that, suppose for example, they can give you that you have won a lottery of this much amount. Okay, so for getting access to that amount, you need to share your bank details and everything. So there is a high risk of chances that by seeing that amount, people can be means tempted to share their information. Okay, so they are using that lottery ticket or something else as a bait, and you are giving your personal information to them easily. Okay, so this is the act of phishing. Okay. Next thing is the social engineering pretexting. So in this, what you say, they pose as a legitimate business or government officials to obtain your personal information from financial institutions, telephone companies, and other sources. So they are disguising themselves as a government organization, and they may call you from your telephone lines, and they will be saying that I am from this particular company or this particular organization, and we want your information because of some government rules. Okay, so there is a chance that yes, you can be misguided in that term, and you may be sharing your personal information in that case. Okay, so that is the social engineering slash pretexting. Here it is mentioned that's about the phishing, that how phishing attacks are carried out. So see, send out thousands of phishing emails with a link to fake website. Okay, so basically it is a cyclic process. Okay, so here you can see victims click on the link in email behaving it is a legitimate, and they enter their personal information. Once they have entered that information, the fraudsters compile the stolen data and sell the stolen data and sell it online or use it themselves. Okay, so in this way this phishing is doing the trick. Okay, so the fraudsters are building their fake websites, okay, and they are sending out thousands of phishing emails from that fake website, and you as a victim are clicking on that link, and you're sharing your personal information over there. And once they have got the access to that particular private data, so what they are going to do, they are going to steal the data and sell it online or use it themselves. Okay, so this is the total act of phishing in which this process is working. Okay, next thing is the cyber trolls and cyberbullying. So cyber trolls, you generally see that certain set of articles or videos or movies or something is available over uh, digital platform, people may troll them for certain set of reasons. Okay, there can be sarcastic comments about them. There can be demeaning or insulting comments about them. Okay, so sharing these type of messages or comments over their particular article or videos, so that is a act of cyber trolling. Okay, people used to troll people on the Twitter or Facebook and all these social platforms. Okay, so the proactive messages posted this way are called the troll. So the word troll can refer to a person also who's doing it, and it may refer to the derogatory comments posted by a troll. Okay, so the trolling is a cybercrime and is closely related to the cyberbullying. Now let's see what is cyberbullying. Cyberbullying occurs when someone uses the internet, a cell phone, email, instant messaging, these type of social platforms to harass, demean, or embarrass someone. Okay, there may be cases that people are sharing that, yeah, I'm having this particular private video of you and I will be sharing it on a digital platform. So if you want that I should stop sharing all these things, so you may pay some ransom to me. Okay, so all these things comes under this cyberbullying. Okay, so in this also people are using the illegal sources to defame someone. Okay, that comes under the cyberbullying. So harassing, demeaning, embarrassing, defaming, or intimidating someone using modern technology like the internet, cell phones, etc., is the act of cyberbullying. Okay, now let's discuss about the cyber stalking. Now the word stalking itself is telling you the meaning that when you are talking about stalking, that means someone is keeping a look over your activities. Okay, is continuously stalking you. But here the stalking is being done with the help of the internet or the computer systems. Okay, that's why this term cyber stalking comes in. So this is the kind of online harassment wherein the victim is subjected to a barrage of online messages and emails. Typically, these stalkers know their victims, and instead of resorting to offline stalking, they use the internet to stalk. Okay, so a cyber stalker relies upon the anonymity afforded by the internet to allow them to stalk their victim without being detected. So they are not being detected by the original source or the original victim of that particular cyber stalking. Okay, so they are not knowing about the stalking, and they are just doing their regular activities over them, over their systems, over the internet connection. And these people who are actually stalking them, they are getting the means the habit of their interest. Okay, so what are the different types of websites and payment interfaces which they are using? So all these things they are having a look over. Okay, so that is the cyber stalking. Okay, so the cyber stalker often do this to trouble their victims. They collect all personal information about the victim, such as the name, family background, telephone numbers. Okay, so all these things are very easy to get if they are actually following the people from a longer period of time. Okay, from their Facebook IDs or from their Twitter IDs, or the number of posts he has shared and the people he have tagged. So there is a chances, high risk is there that they are going to get access to this information if they are repeatedly stalking them over their internet platforms. Okay, the social platforms, the digital platforms. The stalker may post this information on any filthy options or illegal websites, posing as if the victim is posting this information. Okay, so they can share your personal information over some digital platforms, and they may disguise themselves as their original owner. Okay, and you may feel like that I haven't shared this information over the platform, how it has got shared. That sharing has been done by the stalker. Okay, so their target is to defame you. Okay, or they may ask some ransom amount from you because of these things. Okay, to remove that post and all those things. People of all kind from nook and corner of the world who come across this information start calling the victim at his her residence and or workplace from many filthy options reasons. Okay, some stalkers subscribe the email account of the victim to innumerable options or illegal sites, because of which victims start receiving such kind of unsolicited emails. So what they are doing, they are getting their email IDs and password, and they are just signing in on to different websites. Okay, but which may not be the interest of the victim. So continuously these types of mails will start coming onto his mail servers, and he may feel like, why I am getting all these messages. Okay, so he will be troubled in that cases. So this type of activities also comes under the stalking. Some stalkers keep on sending repeated emails asking for various kinds of favors and all. Okay, so all these things comes under the stalking. Stalkers will almost make contact with their victims through email, having friendly or threatening content. The stalker many times uses multiple names when contacting the victim. So generally they use different types of names. They are not going to contact you from a single name. Okay, so all these things comes under the cyber stalking. Okay, now the next thing is to talk about the scams. Okay, so when we're talking about the scam, you know that actually the scams generally refers to the fraudulent business practice that extracts money from an unsuspecting ignorant person. Okay, so these days the internet has become another primary source of scams. Scams committed over the internet are called the online scams. Okay, so you must have heard about the scams. Different types of scams means already happened in our country. Okay, so that type of scams are basically the normal scams which happen offline. Okay, so when we are talking about the societal impacts, in this case we are discussing about the digital scams. Okay, so that happens over the internet, so that are the online scams. Okay, so an example of online scam is being given below. Nalini wanted to gift her friend a customized bracelet whose picture she saw of a photo sharing website that listed the design and cost of customization. So Nilalini happily transferred an advance payment of rupees 2,450 to the account mentioned on the site and was promised a date of delivery. But to her shock, the gift never arrived. Even after repeated calls, she only had a promise that it would be delivered soon, and suddenly that website account was deleted from the photo sharing website, and even the numbers went dead. Okay, so she was not the only victim in that case. Many people would have been the victim in that case, and many people would have paid different certain sets of amount over different articles. Okay, so suppose if 3,000 was the minimum amount paid by people, or the 2,000 amount was paid by each people, and suppose 100 or 50,000, 100 or 50 people would have been visiting that website. In that case also you can see that it would have costed much. Okay, so that is an example of online scam. Okay, because the website is not deleted and there is no contact with the owners of the website, so you don't know where your money has actually gone. Okay, so you cannot even check it, or you cannot even complain for those things. Okay, so that's why it is already means many times it is being reminded to you that whenever you shop over a website, just check it whether that website is a genuine website or not. Okay, don't just go for the baits or the offers offered by different websites. Just go and search for the genuine websites, and then only you purchase certain set of articles over there. Okay, this is an example of online scam. The next thing is measures to avoid online scams. So that only I have told that never enter personal information or any financial information on unsecure websites. Okay, if you are just giving their information, just search for a particular genuine website or the secure websites. Okay, so how to check it? If there is https mentioned over the website, then it is a secured website. You can go for the personal information also. But if it is not having a padlock sign and it is not mentioned with https, only it is mentioned with http, so just do not even try to share your information over these websites. Okay, never reply to the emails from any unknown or unreliable source. Never click on any link that you have received in your email, even if you know that sender. Okay, rather open a browser window and that type the URL yourself, then clicking on the link in the email. So it is a good practice to type in the URL. Just don't copy the URL. Okay, generally what we do, we just go for the shortcut and we just get the particular sets of information by copying that information to that particular website or the web browser. Okay, so you may be a victim in that case. So that's why it is already, this many times it is told that just do not click over a particular URL. Just rather go for opening that URL by typing in the URL. Okay, so you will go to the particular genuine websites only. Okay, never respond to any email or advertisement claiming that you have won something. Okay, already I have told you, and you are smart enough to track these things also. Next thing is the illegal downloads. Generally, we have got a habit of downloading content over the internet. So obviously, we are going for the free content. So you need to check whether that particular downloading is legal or not. So if you're going for the illegal downloading, so you have to see that it is downloading a paid digital item or not, without making any payment or using an illegal way. If you are downloading it, so actually you are committing a cyber crime here also. Okay, so for example, if you are downloading a movie which is not available for free download, this is illegal download. Okay, so similarly, downloading a copy of the licensed software bypassing the legal measures is also the illegal download. So if you are downloading any crack software and all those things, so in that case also you are violating the terms and condition of the means mentioned by the cyber society. So if you are committing these things, you are committing a cyber fraud here. Okay, or cyber crime here. Child pornography. is defined as any visual or written representation that depicts or advocates sexual activity, exploitation of anyone under the age of 18. Okay, so all these threats which have been caused because of this digital platforms, they are advocating for sexual activities and all those things which of the children of the age below 18, that comes under this child pornography. The law also includes some child nudity, simulated sex involving children and any other material. Okay, so these things comes under this child pornography. So Information Technology Act 2000 and Indian Penal Code 1860 provides protection from the child pornography. So child is the person who is below the age of 18 years. Okay. So there has been the laws or the sanctions have been made for this. And according to the Information Technology Bill, Section 67 has been amended that not only creating and transmitting offense material in electronic form, but also to browse such sites is an offense. So even if certain set of people are browsing these websites about the child pornography and all those things below the age of 18, so that is also the crime here. Okay, so that comes under this Information Technology Bill section 67, and then you may be a victim for those things, and then you may be charged a particular set of fine, and you may be also given some other punishments. Okay, now let's discuss about the Cyber Law and IT Act. So cyber law is generic term which refers to all legal and regulatory aspects of internet and the World Wide Web. Obviously, when you are talking about the internet, certain people are there who are using the unconventional methods of hacking into your systems. So there should be some certain set of laws and acts which give the protection to the people who are using the internet. Okay, so there should be some certain set of punishments, and there have to be some rules or protocols which have to be followed over the internet. Okay, that comes under the cyber law and IT Act. So now let's discuss about them. The first thing is the India's IT Act and IT Amendment Act 2008. And this in India, the cyber laws are enforced through this Information Technology Act 2000. Okay, it is based on the United Nations Commission for International Trade Related Laws. Now, IT Act 2000's prime purpose was to provide legal recognition to the electronic commerce. Okay, so the act was later amended in December 2008 through the IT Amendment Act 2008. It provided additional focus on information security. It has added several new sections on the cyber terrorism and data protection. Okay, so now let's see what are the major amendments in this act after 2008. So in 2008, certain set of modifications were there, amendments were there in this act. The first thing was a digital signature. So the authentication of electronic records by digital signature gets legal recognition. Okay, from this, now your digital signature have got the legal recognition. Okay, electronic governance, e-documents get legal recognition. Documents required as per law by any arm of the government may be supplied in electronic form. Then offenses and penalties, that is a fine up to 1 crore can be imposed if they are found guilty of some certain set of crimes here. Okay, amendments to the other laws, these things are also under this total amendment of 2008 Act of IT. Okay, now next thing is about the e-waste management. Now you know that in this fast growing development society, we are using this electronic devices so much. Okay, obviously after certain set of periods or times they are getting destroyed, or they are not of certain use after certain set of time, so they need to be uh, sent off, or you can say dumped into a particular places. If you are not going to do those things, they are actually creating the e-waste. Okay, so there is a requirement of managing these e-waste. Okay, so that's why we have to study about the e-waste management. So electronic waste, e-waste, e-scrap or waste electrical and electronic equipments describes discarded electrical or electronic devices. Okay, so the electronic waste may also be defined as the discarded computers, office electronic equipments, and all these things. Okay, so of all the different types of waste, electronic waste has the characteristics of the fastest growing segment of waste, most valuable due to its basic composition and very hazardous if not handled carefully. Okay, so what you need to do, there has to be a disposal process for them. So the e-waste is categorized by the government of India under the broad class of hazardous waste. Okay, so there has to be some tools or equipments for decomposing or disposing these e-waste. Okay, so the composition of e-waste, electrical and electronic equipment contains metallic and non-metallic elements. alloys and compounds such as copper, aluminum, all these beneficial metals are there. The e-waste management involves proper recycling and recovery of the disposed material. The recycle and recovery includes the following unit operations. First thing is the dismantling. So in this, what we do is we remove the parts of that particular device completely. Okay, different small parts have been taken out from the system. Removal of parts containing dangerous substances like the CFCs, HG switches, PCB and all these things. Removal of easily accessible parts containing valuable substances, that is the cable containing copper, steel, iron and all these things. They are dismantled. Okay, they are part wise removed from that particular device. Segregation of the ferrous metal, non-ferrous metal and plastic. So this separation is normally done in the standard process. Now the refurbishment and reuse is there, and recycling and recovery of that valuable materials are there, and then treatment, disposal of dangerous materials and waste. So in this, what we do, shredded light fraction is disposed of in landfill sites or sometimes incinerated. Expensive chlorofluorocarbons. This process of incineration is actually expensive, so we generally, the government generally don't for this go for this process, but generally they are just disposing of in the landfill sites or from the which is far away from the regular society. Okay, the chlorofluorocarbons and that are treated thermally, and printed circuit boards PCBs incinerated or disposed of in underground storages. Okay, mercury is often recycled or disposed of in the underground landfill sites. Okay, so obviously these all things are coming out of the electronic devices, so they need to be decomposed, sorry, they need to be dumped up properly, so they are not going to cause the hazardous uh, gases and all these things into the particular nature. Okay, before discarding your laptop, desktop, or smartphone, make sure to permanently delete all data and information from its storage. Otherwise, the information may get stolen and may pose bigger threat through its misuse. Okay, so you need to see this. If you are disposing of these things or discarding these things, you need to remove all the data which is already inside that laptop, desktop, or smartphone. Okay, so that it may not get lost in any cases. Okay, benefits of e-waste recycling. So the it allows for recovery of valuable precious metals, that is several metals like the copper, gold and zinc can be reused from them. Protects public health and water quality because it has been dumped into a particular landfills. It is not open in the environment, so they are not going to cause the public health problems, and it is not going to decrease the water quality and all those things. Okay, so they may pollute them. So if you are going to manage the e-waste, so they are going to harm the nature very less. Okay, creates jobs. Now for recycling this e-waste, people have to be employed for those activities, so also it is creating jobs for those people. Now the toxic waste, mining producing toxic waste which are linked with the crop devastation and human health crisis due to water contamination, so all these things can be treated well. Okay, now the next thing is the health concerns with the technology uses. So there are certain set of health concerns also, because you know that we are excessively using the technologies such as the smartphones and the computers and online gaming and various social media platforms. So most of the times we are busy with these devices. So they are also creating some health concerns for us. So first thing is the impact on hearing. So we are continuously using the headphones and we are continuously hearing the loud noises from our devices. So it may decrease the hearing capacity of the persons. Okay, so it may cause a damage over your hearing or cause a bad impact over your hearing. Okay, it is mentioned here that also it has been said that using headphones increases the bacterial levels in your ears over 700 times when used for more than an hour. Okay, so here you can see there is a high risk of infection for your ears. Okay, also impact on bones and joints are there because regularly we are sitting in a improper position because of them. So there is a too much pressure over our joints and bones, so they may cause several strain injuries for you. Okay, so it is mentioned here, a repetitive strain injury, RSI, is an injury or disorder of the muscles, nerves, tendons, ligaments and joints, and these may be caused because of improper sitting or long sitting over your electronic devices. Okay, eye problem is also a issue here because of regularly if you are seeing that lights which are coming out from your display screens or the monitors, so they may harm your vision. Okay, the computer vision syndrome, CVS, is a technology related health condition affecting eyesight. So it is mentioned that computer vision syndrome (CVS) is a technology related health condition. Okay, and it is caused because of long sitting over the particular devices, and because of them you are continuously getting the UV radiations from them, and it may cause your visual strain in your eyes. Okay, sleep issues can be there. Because of them, you are getting sleep deprived, and because of that you are not able to keep yourself fresh. Okay, so there may be causes with the memory and all these things. Okay, obviously if you are not getting a proper sleep, so your stamina will also decrease accordingly. Okay, your patterns, your behavior patterns, and also all these things can be impacted because of the sleep issues. Okay, mental health issues can also be there. Okay, so all these things comes under the false effects of the digital platforms and the digital societies or the electronic devices which we are using for a longer period of times. Okay, so in short you can say that if you are using these technologies, so try to use it in an advantageous way. Don't get yourself harmed because of these. Yes, they are important, but they are not important in your life and your abilities. Okay, you just try to focus over the issues which are being caused because of them. So try to minimize your wastage of time over these electronic platforms. Only use it for your beneficiary conditions. Okay, the students, so that's it for this chapter. The next video will be starting about the next chapter. So till then, students, take care. Thank you.